Welcome into Jersey Chasers, everyone. It's episode 15. Christy.
What?
Yes, we are 15. Well, it's
Wow.
technically 17, but 15 official episodes.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yes, 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 yes.
We're just rolling
Christy,
right through them.
how was your weekend?
So my weekend was great. We actually thought that we were going to be grandparents for a second time on Saturday, but no, they sent her home from the hospital, so she ended up coming over and hanging out with us for a little bit. And then Sunday watched some football, did some other stuff, but I ended up becoming a grandma for the second time on Monday. I've got my boy finally.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited about my boy. You don't even know. It was so funny because Zoe slipped up. We were up at the hospital yesterday. We were going to take big sister home with us. So to give mom and dad and baby brother time to, get settled. And so Zoe slipped up and she said something about when you take him home with you. And I said, okay, bye. And I sort of headed towards the door. She's like, oh, no, 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 no. And I was like, no, you said I could take him home. I would totally steal him in a heartbeat. He's amazing. Of course.
Aww.
He's gorgeous. Yeah.
What's his
So
name?
he's perfect. His name is Oakley.
Like the sunglasses.
Yes.
That's so
Yep.
cute.
Oakley Scott.
Aw,
Yep.
that's so cute.
He's perfect. Yeah. So how was your weekend? Did you do anything exciting?
I had a great weekend. I got a massage. I love getting a massage. I'm a self-care kind of girl, so that was number one. And then I was off of work for a couple days. It is freezing cold here in Cleveland. It is so
Yeah.
cold here that I my dog yesterday, I took him for a walk and I couldn't he that was the first time I've had him for 5 years. He has never ever been like, "Mom, take me in the house." Ever. Even
Oh
when he was a little
no, I
puppy,
ain't doing it.
he was like,
Aw.
absolutely not. Take me in that house."
Aw, poor buddy.
Yup.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's ridiculously cold everywhere. I saw Bernie. I gotta tell you something about Bernie. And we all know I'm talking about Bernie Kosar. I love our Lord and Savior Bernie Kosar for the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, but he got the new liver, which is awesome. Uh, But sometimes when you get a transplant, your body doesn't necessarily just take it on and be like, all right, let's all work together now. So he was in the hospital recently because he thought that it was being rejected a little bit. They got it under control. He gets out of the hospital and like 2 days later hops on a plane, comes down here to Miami for the football game for the national championship, hanging out on the sidelines with Michael Irving. I mean, like, great for him. I'm so excited that Bernie is like, it seems like he's living his best life. Now he's back home in Cleveland and doing cold plunges.
Y'all, it was
Like,
too damn cold for a damn
dude.
cold plunge. It's too damn cold just to even step
Yeah. And like,
outside in a brisk jacket. You can't even be like, like a
he didn't
like
even like
a
jump in though. He walked
like
in.
he's
That's like, yeah. I love you, Bernie. Take care.
I
I
I
hope the cold plunge does really well for your body.
I just this man, I let's start off with the
I
NFL.
know.
Let's start off with some NFL news.
All right.
Christy, we
Yeah.
got a lot to talk about. Number one, we got technically
Mhm.
four head coaching vacancies filled. We got a coach withdrawing. We got a championship round set. We got somebody that lost their job. Where you want to start? Where you want to start?
Let's start with the comical withdrawing their name for a head coach position, Mr. Mike McDaniel withdrawing his name from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel, formerly of the Miami Dolphins, and his there's so much drama going on with him with that. One of his best friends, Dan Soder, came out and really like shit on the Dolphins, like took a deep dump shit on the Dolphins. It's like I hope they never win. I hope the next job Mike gets, he wins 10 Lombardi trophies and shoves them up
Wow.
their ass, like that deep of a hatred. So Mike McDaniel did interview for the Cleveland Browns head coaching job, and if he withdrew his name, I'm guessing he got real close to the process of them either offering him the job or they probably were going to offer him a coordinator position, but he withdrew his name. And so the Browns are
Mm.
without a coach, and they are one of now 6 teams without a coach because another team was added to the list this week. And that leads us to the divisional round. So in the divisional round, the Rams, Patriots,
Yes.
Seahawks, and Broncos all won. The Rams beating who did they play again? I forgot. I'm completely forgot. This it's been a long week.
Rams played the Bears.
Yes,
Rams
they beat
played
the
the
Bears.
Bears.
Yes, they did beat the Bears in 20-17 in a thriller. The Patriots beat the
Mhm.
Texans 28 to
So close.
16. The Seahawks
Mm.
demolished the 49ers 41 to 6, and then the Broncos
That
beat the Bills 33 to 30.
Bills. Yeah.
The Bills, I let's talk about the Bills. Okay, so the
Wow.
Bills joined the head coaching surge. They fired their head coach after losing in the divisional round. This is what the second
Yep.
year in a row that they've lost in the divisional round. They only got to the AFC
They
Championship
can't
one time.
win.
Like it's you go first. I have a lot of thoughts.
Well, I feel sad, for them as an outside fan. I don't know how their fans actually feel about losing him. Um, I'm all up for him interviewing for the Browns, but, like, I don't think he's gonna be one of those coaches that's out of a job for a while. He's gonna be picked up right away. Unlike Mike McDaniel, I think he's gonna be searching for his job for quite a while. Um, just because he just seems so much more younger and immature to me, like to be a head coach. I mean, I know we're looking for an offensive coordinator now because Tommy Reese went with Kevin Stefanski down to Atlanta, but
Great.
I just
Bye.
right. See ya.
Mhm.
Go call bad plays down there. Go for it on fourth down every chance you can. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think the Bills probably had it made up in their minds prior to going into the playoffs this season that if they could not get past the divisional round, that they were going to get rid of him anyway, just because he's plateaued with them, so to speak.
He honestly, I have so many thoughts. I just
Spit
this
him
was
out,
Josh
girl.
Allen's this was Josh Allen's best chance, right? I hold Josh Allen in high regard. He has a couple
Mhm.
MVPs. He was a guy that the Browns were considering taking when they drafted Baker. And Denzel Ward, like he was someone that a lot of people wrote off because very early on in his career he made a lot of dumb plays. He still makes all of those dumb plays, but we all thought he kind of fixed it. And in a game where you are clearly the best player on the field, and I know you're struggling because your wide receiver core, you ain't got nothing. Half of your wide
Mhm.
receivers been healthy scratches. Your running back is great, but you can't get him started. This is when you turn the gear on in your mind and say, okay, if nothing is working and with my receivers, my wide receiver, like nothing is working, that's when you take it
Yeah.
upon yourself. He
Yeah.
did none of that. He
Change it up,
instead
dude.
went back into his mode of making bonehead plays, doing things that you're like, why would you do that? Like, you didn't need to do that. He throws 4
Rookie
interceptions
decisions.
during the game. and he loses, and it's really all for nothing because
Mhm.
the Broncos end up losing Bo Nix for the rest of the season because he breaks his ankle, and
Right.
now we got Jeff Stidham versus Bo Nix in a championship game. Like, what are we doing? And
No,
you
Drake
get
May.
your head Drake May, sorry, excuse me. Drake May.
That's all right.
Drake May versus Jeff Stidham. Jeff Stidham.
Right.
And you
Okay, and see,
had he had the
I'm sorry, I
clearest
wanted to
path.
cut you off and let you know exactly why I corrected you right now, because Stephen A. Smith had a Freudian slip while talking about Christian
I
Kirk.
saw that. I said that. He said Charlie Kirk.
He and he, nobody corrected him. He kept on talking about Charlie Kirk, but it was Christian
Christian
Kirk that
Kirk,
he
yeah.
actually was, or Christian Kirk that he was actually talking about. So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that is so unprofessional. And if I had been there, I would have like stopped him right then and there and been like, excuse you. I think you mean somebody else. So, and I did
Thank
that to
you.
myself last week. I misspoke and said somebody else's name last week. The teams. When we were talking about the Bears, I was saying that they were going to play a different team, but I corrected myself right away when I realized I did it. But because I don't want that hanging out there, because like Stephen A. Smith looks like a jackass right now.
No, he looks terrible on all
Oh
fronts.
yeah, yeah, he needs to
But
stick with General Hospital. Anyway, go
even the
ahead.
even weirder thing about the whole Bill situation is you got Brandon
Yeah,
Beane, their GM. He got a promotion. Sean McDermott gets fired, and then everybody's going into Brandon Beane's like transaction history from the season, and it's like you did so terrible with this season with mismanaging your defense. Your defense was terrible, and like your offense pulled it together at the end, and it's just like this shouldn't have happened. This was his clearest window to the Super Bowl. Hell, he got
yeah,
an overtime rule changed in the NFL because they want to see him in the Super Bowl.
yeah,
And it just was disappointing.
and he still
Let's
couldn't win in his overtime.
yeah, he still come win. Still come win. Still come
Right?
win.
Can I
Still
tell
come.
you, watching these games this weekend, like I don't think anybody expected Seattle to steamroll the 49ers. Um, but I will tell you one thing that completely pissed me off during the Texans game, and it's their Hunter on defense. There was a fumble, and he had
Mhm.
the perfect opportunity to fall on the ball. And that guy tried to pick it up and run with it. And in turn, the ball ended up getting turned back over to the Patriots. And I think that could have been a huge turning point for them had they recovered that fumble at that time. It would have been a totally different story. I mean, they were within 15 yards, I think 20 yards from scoring if they would have recovered the ball at that fumble. And as a defensive, like, I love defense. Defense wins championships.
It does.
If I were the DC, as soon as he walked off the field, I would have been like, go sit. You're done for the day. Like, your backup's going in. That was so like rookie mistake. Sorry. Okay. Had to get that out. I was so frustrated about that all weekend long.
I just I, that made me mad. I'm not surprised about the Texans. The Texans are allergic to getting to the championship round.
They're
That's
like
just
Bills too.
something. Yeah, there's just something. Not even just the Super Bowl, just the championship round. I always get surprised when they make it out of wild card weekend, but I know when it comes to divisional round, they're never making out of it. CJ Stroud, I feel so bad, man. He has had a rough go of it this season. He's people doubted him all season. He brought it back, but then he had a rough game.
Mhm.
But
And I was
we
one
gotta
of
talk.
those doubters. I I was super doubtful that he was gonna last year when we played against them and I think for a while, no, it wasn't wild card, but we had played against them and I was like, oh, we got this in the bag. Marcus was like, I don't know, CJ. And he goes, Christy, I thought you were a Buckeye. And I'm like, I am. But unfortunately, I know that Ohio State doesn't turn out the best NFL quarterbacks. Like just because you're an awesome quarterback in college, it doesn't translate. I've known that for years. I've said it for years. And it was kind of sad because there we have CJ Stroud, Tommy Togiai, Cade Stover, all former Buckeyes.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Well, no, 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 but he doesn't play on the Texans right now. They all
Texans,
play
but
on
I'm
the
just
Texans.
saying, yeah, but
But
I'm
yeah,
just saying in
and then the
general, like
Texans,
Ohio
they
State
had
players.
I was rooting for, the Texans, and it just so disappointed me. There was a call, Tommy Togiai, I think he, like, wiped his nose, and they called false start on him. They were right there again within 5 yards of scoring and pushed him back 5 more yards, and it's like, "Oh my god." Like, the Texans just ugh, it was so sad to watch their game.
Honestly, again, I'm not surprised by the Texans. The Patriots, none of these were surprising except for the Seahawks versus 49ers. Now let's talk about that game.
Nuts. Yes.
41-6 in a playoff game is
Ridiculous.
insane.
That's ridiculous.
That is a level of excuse my French when I say this. That is a level of I don't give a fuck that I've never seen him ever in the NFL. 41-6 in an NFL game is already crazy. That's just nuts.
Yeah.
41 to
Well,
6 in a divisional round of the playoffs is
yeah.
even nuttier. It's not even like the 49ers are like, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna try. Have a team scoring 41 points in the playoffs, and it's not the Super Bowl, and it's not a championship game, and it's not back and forth, and you only score 6
Mhm.
points, which means you only scored 2 field goals, which means you were only in field goal range. I look,
Yeah.
out of all the people that should lose their jobs, and I'd like Kyle Shanahan as a coach. I think he's done a
Mhm.
fantastic job in San Francisco. That is a career ender right there. 41 to
Yeah, he
6.
definitely should have lost his job.
He should have 100% lost his job. But then
Mhm.
I was thinking about it. I was like, well, he hasn't had a healthy team all year, but I'm like, but they still pulled it out to where they got to the playoffs. And I understand nobody's healthy.
Yeah, they did the
Nobody's healthy.
quarterback flip-flop, and,
Yeah,
Nick Bosa's out, which is a huge part of their defense. I'm pretty sure he was their captain. But
terrible captain, but and then of course we know the whole Brandon Ayuk situation. It was just like to me, I was like, this was that is just a disrespectful score. That is just so entirely disrespectful.
it
But
threw us
we
off.
like it throws you off when you look at that because you're like, is this a regular season game? And you're like, no, it's literally the
I think we
playoffs.
both picked San Fran to win, though. That's what
Did
really,
we
like,
both? I think we did, yeah.
yeah.
That's so
That's Yeah, that's why it's really shocking that they were blown out of the freaking water. I mean, like, you and I know our shit about football, and for us to be completely wrong. But I think about 95% of the US was wrong about that.
yeah, and then especially you could have built the momentum from your game against Philly because Philly is like that whole
Yeah,
situation
that
and
was a
like
huge win.
you could have
Yep,
really, really built off of that. Instead, you shit the bed in the
hopefully.
playoffs and that's just disrespectful. That's to me. That to me is just like nobody gave a fuck in that game.
Nope.
That's what that looks like to me. Nobody gave a fuck. But now the championship round is set. We
Yeah,
have the Rams versus Seahawks, a regular season matchup that went into overtime. Seahawks won it. Rams looking for some get back. You got Matthew Stafford in there. I never thought I would say the words that Matthew Stafford is an MVP candidate and is in
mhm,
line to go to his second Super Bowl.
yeah,
Who would have thunk in 2009 somebody would have said that sentence in 2026?
yeah, true.
No one. And this was a man who was almost traded. He was almost
Yeah,
traded. They tried to trade him away.
mhm,
They lost their best wide receiver. They lost half their like they've lost half their defense, and somehow they are back in the championship round. It's like the third time in 10 years that they're here, and they're probably gonna make their third Super Bowl in like 15 years. It's which is crazy. That's crazy.
Good for them.
And then of course, you have the evil empire Patriots, and Drake
The
May
Patriots.
going against Jeff Stidham. Jeff Stidham
Who?
and the Broncos. Who you got, Christy?
Oh man, I didn't think the Broncos were gonna make it this far. And any given Sunday, but I actually think that Vrabel is and his Patriots are gonna pull this one out. And hey, at least I got Travion Henderson, so
So you think the Patriots? I,
yeah.
I the Jeff Stidham of it all. I'm gonna go Patriots. Um, who you got with Rams versus Seahawks?
I gotta say that one. I want to say Rams, but I'm afraid to because every team that I cheer for has been losing. I said I was going to root for Miami over the weekend, even though Indiana was in the Big Ten. I don't like them, so I was going to root for Miami, and they lost. Yeah, every single team that I was cheering for pretty much over the weekend in professional football lost. But so I want to say the Rams, but I don't know. What if the Seahawks do something weird?
I'm gonna go
Again.
Rams only because they low key have been the most consistent team all season outside of the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots had a little bit of a rough start to the season, but
Mm,
they kind of righted the ship. I think I'm gonna go to Rams. They've been
yeah.
pretty consistent. You got the pretty much MVP of this season on your team. Your offense is great. Your defense has been really
Mhm.
good. So so we're shooting for a Rams Patriots rematch. Oh my
Possibly.
god.
Oh, yay. Hi, Jessica. My girl, Jessica Rich, my sister. She's on. What's up, Jess? Love her.
So let's
Anyway,
get to the other news. So we do have some head coach positions filled. John Harbaugh. No, John or Jim? John. John. Whatever.
it's
A
John.
Harbaugh. Yes.
Jimmy's out west.
Yeah. John
There's 10
Harbaugh.
colors ahead of you, Jimmy. That's how I remember it.
John Harbaugh signs with the Giants. Kevin Stefanski, he goes to the Falcons. Jeff Haley gets I don't even how Jeff Haley gets the Dolphins job, and Robert Saleh is with the Titans. And now we have again 6 other
Mhm.
head coach openings, which is nuts to say.
Yeah.
10 teams need a head coach. What you think about the hirings?
Um, just because of a certain tweet, I'm excited about the Falcons. I'm gonna leave that and the rest of that to you though.
Yes, let me bring up the tweet. Let me bring up the tweet. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. What are we gonna do with you? So he responded to Orlando Ledbetter, said Falcons Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire quarterback in Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. QB Shador Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. Baker Mayfield responds, failed is quite a reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach. If you don't know, Baker Mayfield
Bake.
is currently playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Christy lives. He has signed a long-term extension, and if you don't know what happened with Baker, Baker was here in Cleveland. He had some really bad injuries towards the end of his tenure here. The new regime that was brought in really didn't want him anymore, so they traded him in the offseason to Carolina. He was made the starter in Carolina. He didn't do that great. He then was released by Carolina, went to the Rams, ironically enough.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I forgot he went to the Rams. Holy
Started a
crap.
couple games for the Rams,
Mm.
kind of got himself back into the realm, and then a couple years ago, he gets picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he is now the starter for Tampa Bay. What'd you think about the tweet?
I think it's hilarious. I've always loved Baker's attitude. Um, I'm I it's so Baker. I mean, like, just because he's a daddy and he's about to have his second baby any day now, his spunk hasn't changed at all. Um, in fact, when the Browns do come down here to play in Tampa, a bunch of us are planning on going, and we may just be wearing our old Browns Baker jerseys. But yeah, I love it. I can't wait to see their first meetup in the middle of the field or in the end zone during warm-ups. It's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting only because like I said, that was the end of his tenure, right? And Baker was not a bad quarterback for the Browns. I thought he got a shit end of the
Oh,
stick. There's a certain Miami radio show called the Dan Lebatard Show that really focused in on him while he was Browns quarterback. It was saying he was so terrible, he was so awful, and I'm like, he was never awful for us. What ended up happening is that he was trying to tough it out through an injury that he should not have tried to tough it out through, and because he did that, that led the whole situation happening in the off seasons where they got rid of him when they should have not got rid of him. It was just too much. It was just
and,
too
like, we
much.
don't
And
know who was the one that was telling him to play with that injury. Was it him saying, "I'm gonna do this whether you like it or not"? Was it the doctor saying, "No, you're fine," and he was actually hurt that bad that he couldn't play that well? I mean, like, we'll never know. We can only speculate as fans. Either way, the fans did love him. Um,
mhm.
the fans don't have any hard feelings towards him. So, like I said, I can't wait to see the fireworks.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting with those two because again, from what we've heard now, when more and more, I'm gonna just say this: Kevin Stefanski wasn't very liked here. Wasn't really liked that much, which is very not surprising, especially that last year and we saw how everything went, especially with the whole Dylan Gabriel Shador situation and how that was handled. That was terrible. And then the
Right?
fact that your best player, Miles Garrett, literally requested a trade.
Yeah.
There was just a lot with the Browns franchise.
Like, he knows the plan. He knows that there's a plan. He knew we
Yeah.
were gonna get rid of Kev. He knew Shador is gonna be our starter and our franchise quarterback, and that's why he said, "Okay, I'll sign with you guys again for a couple more years and a couple $1,000,000."
Just
Just
a
to go
hot mess. So we are
just
now. I've seen people. I don't. This is the other thing. I'm gonna tell you like this. With head coaching hires, my thing that I hate is the rush job to get a coach. Hate it. I hate it so much.
well,
I've
that's how
seen
hard
people
I got taken.
complain. I've seen people complain so much that they're like, "We're day 17 and Browns don't have a head coach and people are dropping out." You act like this is the first time the Browns have looked for a head coach. This is the first time in a very long time that they've looked for a head coach. But you act like this is like
But,
something
like,
that's never happened before.
well, so people are actually complaining because Mike
Yes.
McDaniel withdrew his did they
Yes.
want him as a coach? I mean, like, this is like, yay, I'm happy. Like, wait, hold on. Hold on. Yay. Like, good riddance. Be glad. I mean, my
There's
God.
just there's so many people that are like, "Oh, Andrew Barry's so bad at his job because now we have people turning down the coach." And it's like, guys, breathe. This is the first. Think about this. Think about how many times in Browns modern history, not back in the day, modern history, that the Browns, how many seasons in a row? Remember, there was like 3 seasons in a row where the Browns did head coaching interviews because it was so bad that they
Yeah.
went from Hugh Jackson to Freddie
Mhm.
Kitchens to Kevin Stefanski, right? For 3 seasons, they did these damn head coaching interviews. You
Well,
haven't had to
wait,
interview.
and, like, we had, um, 2 coaches mixed in there that were just interim head coaches that I would have loved to have kept as coaches, what, Peterson?
Greg Williams,
Greg Williams, and wasn't there a Peterson, I think was his last
I
name?
think so.
I could be wrong.
Oh, you talking about the running back coach?
I think so.
Yeah,
No, not Stump
yeah.
Mitchell.
No, not Stump. No, 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 not Stump. I'm sorry.
Before.
Excuse me. Well,
Yeah, no, never
honestly,
Stump.
but think about this. Think about this. The Browns haven't had to try to look for a head coach in almost
Right.
now, which is so weird to say, in almost a decade.
Yeah.
Which is such a weird thing. It's been what, 7 years since they actually have had to go through this.
Yeah,
So
they used to do it a lot too. So, yeah, we
they
were
used to do it
consistent
a
for a little
ton.
while. Mhm.
So it's been 7 years since you've had to do this.
Yep.
It's okay for them. Look, I don't trust the Browns front office. I don't even trust the ownership. But damn it, I remember them hiring a coach after 2 weeks. No, it's okay.
Mhm.
Let them go through the interviews. Let them see, because you're going to complain if they hire somebody that's like a no name. Let them
Mhm.
offer. Let them offer Mike McDaniel. Let them offer. I think the Browns, honestly, if the Browns are smart, the person that you should go after is Mike Tomlin. That's who you should go after.
He's taking a
He's
year off.
okay. I believe that when I see it. Football
He's taking a
coaches
year off.
are
He's not
insane.
doing interviews.
If I'm the
Hey, you know
Browns,
what?
I'm fighting for Mike Tomlin. Hey, 19
Alright,
years
well,
and a
all I
winning
know
season?
is
19 years.
all I know is whoever's complaining about Mike McDaniel withdrawing his name needs to be, like, dropped on in their head again to get some sense knocked into them because, like, first of all, I don't see a Mike McDaniel being a head coach when you have a Jim Schwartz being the defensive coordinator. Like, there's no way that a Mike McDaniel should be over a Jim Schwartz.
There's just
I just,
it's
I just don't
just
see it.
so much
Like,
stupidity
I could see,
in the
I could see Mike McDaniel as our OC.
that would be
You know,
great. Mike McDaniel is a great offensive coordinator. He was
yeah,
the offensive coordinator in San Francisco. He was actually part of the offensive staff a while ago. They actually had a really good offense when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. Hey, if he wants to be offensive coordinator
I
somewhere,
think
I
that's
think
why
he
he
should,
withdrew his name.
because he wants
I
to
think
be an
that's why
OC
he
and not a
withdrew
head
his name
coach.
because
Yeah.
I think they were gonna I think that we actually approached him about being an OC because we knew Tommy was gone. And I think
Hmm.
that they might have talked to Mike and, said, "Would you be interested in OC?" And I think that's why he withdrew his name,
That would be the
especially after he
smartest thing
saw all
in the
these
world.
other coaches that we're interviewing for head coach, and we're actively saying we're interviewing them for head coach. So I think once they got him in there, they're like, yeah, he's not going to be head coach material. Let's see what we can do with him as an OC. He was like, nah, peace out. And I think that if he's going to turn down OC positions, I don't think he's going to get a head coaching position again. I mean,
He might go back to San Francisco.
I just don't see it.
Honestly, I could see him back in San Francisco. They
But
need it.
not as the head coach.
No, as the offensive coordinator, they need it. Losing 41-6 is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. But he's not going to get a head coaching job anywhere.
No, not for a while. Let's move on to some more sports
No.
news. We got a lot we gotta cover
All right.
here.
Hit it,
Indiana wins the national
girl.
championship. They beat Miami, and the world rejoices because Carson Beck is not a national championship quarterback. That's all I have
uh,
to say. congrats, Indiana. It's your first time here. Congrats. Feels great.
Miami played
Um,
dirty anyway. I mean, they shouldn't have won the game.
it's
They were playing
Miami.
so dirty. Like they always play dirty. So it's like whatever.
It's
Okay.
Miami. Who yeah, like they deserve to lose. Anyway, we got Jimmy Butler. He is out for the year for the Warriors. He tore his ACL in the game. The Knicks
Oops.
are shopping some of their superstars. John Morant had some weird audio of him trying to cuss out one of his teammates again. I don't even want to talk about him.
What is
He's
wrong with that
ridiculous.
kid?
He is ridiculous.
But
We got Carlos Beltran, one of the people from the Evil Empire, and Andrew Jones elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame this week. I don't understand how Carlos Beltran is there. I understand it, but his involvement in that whole Astros thing should like be an asterisk for me.
oh, that was the Astro sign stealing, right?
Mm-hmm. He was on that team. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he should definitely have an asterisk then.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean,
then
people are saying Miles needs an asterisk next to his record because he did it in 17 games. But if you look at the snaps, he did it in a lot less than Michael Strahan. So that's my argument on that one. But yeah, um, definitely if you are caught cheating and stealing
literal
signs, there
cheating.
should asterisk. Yeah.
Literal cheating. They literally I don't think people
Yep.
like they for real got caught cheating. Major League Baseball know they
Mhm.
cheated. They just didn't get punished because Major League Baseball didn't want to go through the arbitration hearings of the union. They literally got confirmed cheating. They sat down with the players. The players all were like, "Yeah, we cheated." And then they got no
Mhm.
punishments because of it. I That's still one of the most baffling stories to me. We
You
could
know
cover
why?
that on a different day.
You know
We can
why?
cover that
But I'll tell you
because
real quick
that
why.
because it just makes
It's all
it
this
makes my
Snooki
blood
crap.
boil. It makes my blood boil.
It's everybody has gotten soft, and it started with participation trophies.
Let me tell you right now. I used to play t-ball. I was bad. I was terrible.
Mm,
I used to dance. I used to participate in a whole bunch of stuff. I
I played
have never
softball.
received a part. Yeah, never received one.
Yep.
I don't think kids should
Nope, I
work
don't think
for
so
it.
either. Earn that shit. I love you.
But also one last thing about baseball before we get to the the best part of the show. Kyle Tucker signed a huge deal with the Dodgers, and this has caused all the Major League Baseball owners to be like, no more. You cannot get
Mm,
basketball money in baseball. We are not doing this. They are pushing for a salary cap. Finally. Finally.
what?
Finally, we're gonna make baseball
That's all.
competitive again by having equal
What?
distribution of all the funds. Oh my god. Maybe people will
What?
actually watch a sport again when half like it'll actually be even out and you won't get players
Right.
leaving for bigger markets. Mind blowing.
What?
Mind blowing. Finally. But let's move on. We got some pop culture news to get you it, guys. All right.
And I know
I'm
you've
not
been
even gonna
itching to
start.
talk.
I'm not even gonna start where I want to. I want to start at something I've wanted to talk about all weekend, and that is Ace from Love Island.
Oh,
Please
geez.
tell
Oh, did
me,
he hold his, like did he have
please.
a Q&A or something? Like, what did he
You haven't
do?
seen the video? Oh my god! So
No.
Ace decided to hold a docu-style interview with himself in which it looks like he was either being interviewed by somebody in his family, somebody, one of his friends. In this interview, he revealed that, of course, him and Shelly are officially broken up. We kind of knew it. Shelly like weirdly came out and was like, "No, we're not broken up, but we are." It was very weird. But in the
Yeah.
interview, he revealed that he was renting Birkins, that spending every single day together probably wasn't the best for them, and that also the relationship just wasn't gonna work out. Like they have a love for each other, but they really it wasn't gonna work out. But I don't know. But the couple I rooted for gets called fake every 3 seconds. They're
right?
still together.
Yep.
They still together. They got a glamour cover, but this man, mm, mm,
Yeah,
I don't
they were
even.
trying I guarantee you they lasted as long as they did because they were in it for the endorsement deals,
And
and
they couldn't get
because
him.
they weren't getting the endorsement deals that Nick and Alandria were getting, they were it probably put a lot of strain on their relationship, and then because Ace has little man syndrome, he couldn't keep his mouth shut, which was pissing Shelly off more because she's older and she's more mature and knows better. So, yeah, once they weren't getting any endorsements, like, it's just it is sad that Nick and Alandria, are told that they have a fake relationship and everything, and it's just because he's white and she's black. It's I mean, like,
That is literally the crux of it. It's literally the crux of it. There's
yeah,
no like.
it's
That's
like telling me
literally
and you we can't be friends. Like, there's no way you
right.
guys could be friends.
It's and what makes it so I it's not funny, but it's really funny. It's the renting the Birkins. It's the
Yeah,
girlfriend proposal. It's the camera crew everywhere. And it's like y'all, I honestly, you want to know when I think they broke up? I don't think they were ever official. I think they broke up right after the reunion because
yeah,
there is no way she sat through that reunion, saw his behavior. He went and did that speedy interview. She saw that interview, and there's no way in hell that she was like, I love you.
right?
Bring it in,
There's no
babe.
yeah, uh-uh,
They literally they had a photo shoot with Essence magazine, one of the biggest black magazines out there. Essence magazine, after that interview, had to come out and say, we did this before the events of the other interview that took place because they knew they were going to get so much backlash.
ooh,
They never recovered.
mm-mm,
I've only seen her at one big event. She went to the Wicked premiere. I haven't seen him since the VMAs. She's apparently was supposed to go to the Golden Globes as well as Alandria. Some people were like, "Oh, she ended up moving into a new place." Girl, I'm gonna go to the Golden Globes. I'm not moving.
right?
Can wait.
Exactly, that's the once in a
Yeah.
lifetime deal,
She also apparently said that she was supposed to be at the Victoria's Secret fashion show the night of the fashion show. Everybody's like, "Well, where are you at?" And she got on live and said, "Well, I'm not going." Clearly, and it's like clearly that man is clearly that man helped fumble your bag. And
right?
you're like, I can't do it. Because she should be just as big as Elandria. Elandria,
Oh,
I love her. She should be just as
Shelly is
big.
adorable, and her and Olandria, if Shelly could have been a real friend to Olandria, like, they both gorgeous, beautiful women,
Just
and,
amazing.
like, Dominic was like, "Oh my god, she just looks like a little doll. She's just too perfect." And she's gorgeous. But, I think we got to see some of the real inside of her, and she was in it for the money too,
Oh yeah. I would say this. The ones that are clearly in it for the money are the ones that are still hanging on to the fame of I want to be on Love Island. I want to be Love Island adjacent. The ones that lucked up into the fame are the ones that are getting the Golden Globe opportunities, the glamour covers. I
yeah,
think Alandria is going to end up at the Met Gala this year. She was also at the Bridgerton premiere. If you guys didn't see, she was in Paris. She's
yeah,
literally in Paris. Um, but that's just one crazy Love Island thing. Another crazy Love Island thing, Huda, our favorite
uh,
love, ugh, just Huda. So one of her fans asked if she was going to be at the Grammys. They were like, "Oh my god, like I would love to see you at the Grammys. Are you gonna go to the Grammys?" She she said no, babe. I would love to go. They extended an offer, but I rescinded it. I want to go when I'm a nominee and not just to go. I just think I would work harder for it.
Yeah, what are you gonna be nominated for a Grammy for? Shaking your butt?
Cause she can sing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she can hold a
She's
tune. I'm not gonna
she's
lie.
a Disney princess.
I just I just want them to stop to all being delusional. Like this
Yeah.
is the most delusional cast of people. I'm so ready to be done with them. Ironically enough, I am almost done with them because Love Island All Stars UK version is on. Christy, when I tell you this season has been so great so far, I
It's on
forgot.
Hulu, isn't it?
It's on no, it's on Peacock.
Oh,
It's on Peacock. It's airing on
okay.
Peacock.
Okay.
Let me tell you right now, my MVP so far through the first few episodes is we're only one weekend. Scott. Let me tell you right now.
Oh,
Scott,
yeah?
Scott,
Really?
who was on Love Island season 5, USA season 5.
Mhm.
It was season 10 in the UK, season 5, and then Love Island Games. When I tell
Yeah.
you that man walked in that house
Blue Eyes,
and
right?
he yes,
And then
red.
in Love Island Games, he hooked up with blonde hair, what's her name from, Love Is Blind, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I know Scott.
Yep. Yep.
Blue
And then
Eyes.
when he was on Perfect Match, he went for Juliet and then they broke up. Yeah, 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 that's Scott.
Yeah,
Let me tell you right now,
yeah,
he has been reading them men for filth. For filth. I love
yeah.
every moment of it. It's a great
Oh, I
show.
can't
I
wait.
just think I actually love the UK version. The UK version is so unhinged in a great way. Like they're aware of their presence, but they also know that we are here for love and we're gonna do everything possible. And they are mwah,
Yeah,
chef's kiss. But let's
cool.
get to the real star of the show. You want to start?
You have
Because
been
I
dying. Okay. All right. So I started watching the middle portion of the reunion for the Housewives. And it ended the first one with Angie presenting her scroll. And so it started with Andy getting the scroll from Angie and he opens it up and he sees, and Angie's explaining that, this person has been commenting and just really dogging on like her, but she's always complimenting nice things on Lisa's posts and everything. And her and Whitney decided to try to do like a password reset, and the phone number ends up going to Lisa Barlow's phone, which Lisa completely denies. And so I'm messaging Autumn, and Autumn hasn't watched it yet. At least I don't think that she had watched it at the time that I had seen this. And I'm like, oh my God, Lisa's like a robot. And it was funny because the women on the show were even commenting because she was just sitting there like this, blinking.
she literally was
She was about to malfunction. I was ready for her head to start spinning and for it to pop off. She was like malfunctioning.
this is the thing about it. As I'm
Go.
watching, well, Christy texted me and I was like, you know what? Let me sit down and finally watch this. I was flabbergasted. She fully like we talk about Monica. Monica, my queen. I love you.
Yeah.
We talk about how Monica ran a troll account of Reality Von Teese. It was a T page.
Mhm.
Lisa is doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
She literally admitted because she goes, yeah, that's my phone number. Andy straight up was like, is this your phone number? She said, yeah, that's my phone number. She's like, but it's not me, girl. The only way it could, mm,
The
mm,
only way the Instagram's going to reset the password with your phone number is if it was created
your
with
phone
your
number.
phone number. There's no way. And she's sitting there trying to say that Angie and Whitney put the phone number in. Well, you know what? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, because that'd be like me going on Autumn's and saying, I'm Autumn, but I forget my password. So I'm going to put in that I forgot my password and then send it to my cell phone number so that I can reset the password. They're not going to send me the password reset to my phone number because it wasn't created with my phone number. It's going to go straight to Autumn and say, Autumn, here is your password reset code.
Do y'all know how hard it is to reset your Instagram password? It is so hard. It is one of the most difficult experiences I've ever had. I have had a profile that I want to get rid of for years.
Uh,
I can't even get into it. I had to delete the whole email that was associated with this profile because I genuinely could not reset the password.
oh my goodness.
So the fact that Whitney and Angie, I'm sorry, my eyes are watering. If you're watching, my eyes are like burning.
Aw.
But the fact that Whitney and Angie had the wherewithal to be like, you know what, this profile is very weird. It's only talking about good things about Lisa. It's in people's DMs. Oh, she said that Angie was like, she's like, I posted something
Yeah.
about how it's Alexa's birthday, and she said, and the profile watched my story, and then I randomly got a message from Lisa talking about happy birthday, Electra, even though I never told her. And she was like, but this one specific profile, y'all, it is so hard for you to be like, you know what? I'm going to reset my password on Instagram. The steps you have to take to reset your password is ridiculous. So the fact that Angie and Whitney were like, nah, this profile is weird. It's defending Lisa, it's sending us weird messages. It's at the forefront of all
Yeah.
these like things that people know about the group that they shouldn't know about the group, and they had the
Mhm.
wherewithal. I'm very proud of them. I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Right?
Mary also, let's talk about this. Mary showed up to this reunion and she said, "I am not gonna let you bitches skate by." You think? Uh-uh. She was in they ass the whole reunion. She did not let Lisa get away with nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. She did not let
I still want
Meredith get away with nothing. Mm-mm.
I still wanna know, like, has Lisa figured out what Mary was backing her up about?
No,
Because Andy specifically asked Lisa, "Were you surprised that Mary came to your defense and was backing you?" And immediately Mary goes, "She doesn't know what he's talking about." And Lisa's like, "Oh, yes, I do." And she tried to carry out the argument that she does know what he's talking about and kept arguing it to try to think about what he was talking about. And she couldn't remember the whole entire time. I was surprised she didn't look at Meredith and say, "What did she back me up about?"
Oh my god, that was pissing me off. The fact that the two of them were just sitting there talking to each other, being like, "You see, they're gonna lie. They're gonna lie right now. See, they're lying on you right now." And I'm like, "Girl, we are all watching this." Like, I think that Meredith and Lisa, they clearly don't live on the same planet that anybody else does, like at all.
No,
But them just openly trying to gaslight everybody to be like, what are they talking about?
yeah.
They don't know
It's just
anything." And
like,
it's like,
"Give me
no.
receipts, show me receipts." She's got a scroll full of them.
She
Just
literally
because
and then
you
it was
say, "No, that's not me," doesn't mean it's not. It's right there in black and white, and the whole
then
entire world
let's
knows it.
okay, let's talk about this Meredith situation. Look, thought I was over this situation. I thought this whole damn plane ride from hell situation was going to end. But let's talk about it. First of all, the ladies explained why they didn't record anything,
And I
and I
get
kind of
that. That was
understand
it.
it. I
Yeah.
fully understand. They were like,
Yep.
first of all, it'd be really weird for me to pull out my phone in the middle of the plane, in the middle of everything happening, and recording her, especially
Right.
because we got on Britney's ass for recording everybody
Mhm.
last year. So
Yeah.
that's the first thing. Then
Yep.
it's like, because she's so out of control, what the hell? We gotta just calm the situation down. I can't
Yeah.
be like, she's out of control. Let me pull my phone out.
Yeah. So I make
Uh-uh.
her even more pissed.
It is so clear to me from watching everybody's reaction that Meredith did every single thing that they said she did.
Oh,
It is
totally.
so clear.
Oh, yeah.
And then
She
it
just
was
doesn't
the
wanna
fact
admit it.
and then it was the fact that Meredith kept admitting to the fact that she did it, but then 3 seconds later she'd be like, "But we didn't talk. You didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
You just talked to Brittany." And then they were all like, "No, Meredith, we talked." And she was like, "Oh yeah, we did talk. You are absolutely correct. We did talk." And then she would double down on something else and then be like, "Meredith,
Mhm.
you did this, that, and the other." And she was like, "But I didn't do that." And then they would say, "No, you did. Here's what happened." And she'd be like, "Oh, I did do that. But no, I did."
Yeah.
It was so
I didn't do
it was so
anything. but I
crazy.
remember exactly blah, 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 and Whitney's like, "How do you remember that exactly now, but before you couldn't remember anything?"
What? It was just crazy. And then when Andy walked off, it was only because they just kept talking. It wasn't, and I was like, you know what? I fully understand him. I was like, I wanted to walk
Mhm.
off. I wanted to get up and be like, you know what? Fuck these women.
No, no, no. I was like, they need to pull the camera back so we can get a big view so that when they get up and start throwing hands, we, we're all, we're not going to miss it. Like I get why Andy walked off. It was funny how they were all like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I'm sorry, Andy." Kind of like, he was like a dad and they were like in trouble. Like it just it just went to show how immature they were really being in that moment. But I get why the women are so upset with Meredith and Lisa because they have in their own little heads what they think happened. And besides this one incident, everybody has the receipts for every other thing, but yet they deny everything, 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 everything. So,
It is so strange. But also, let's talk about the final part. The part that I texted you and I said this might
mhm,
be. I don't look. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I don't like Brittany Bateman. I truly do not like that lady. I don't like her boyfriend. She's a
well, she's
terrible
fake.
mother.
Yeah.
She is horrible. Like everything she does is just so irritating, and I do not like her victim complex. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
So in the last part of the reunion, heading into part 3, Meredith tries to say, okay, the real reason why I had a problem with Brittany is not because she brought up this TikTok about my husband. The TikTok about her husband was like the cherry on top of everything. They explained that there's some
Right.
nail tech in Utah that used to do Meredith's nails that contacted Brittany. He offered to do Brittany's nails. He did Brittany's nails. Brittany was like, "Oh my god, I love my nails." And then he contacted her out of the blue and said, "Hey, can you leave a nice review because all these people are review bombing me." Brittany was like, left a review, and then everybody starts sending her stuff like, "Why would you like write a nice review to him? He says some really messed up stuff about
Support
Jewish
him.
people, and he's super anti-Semitic." Brittany says she took down the post. She texted him, was like, "I'm not, you are a bigot, all this stuff. I would never support you. Please don't contact me again." She says she blocked him.
Yep.
This all stemmed from a question of Andy asking Meredith, "So did you have a drink before you got on the plane?" She never answered the question and instead said the reason why I have a problem
Nope.
with Brittany because she's a bigot.
Yep. And she
Truly,
called her an
like
anti-Semite.
she called her an anti-Semite and said she was bigot, and Brittany walked off in tears. And
Yep.
I look, I've seen a lot of reality TV. That was the first time I've ever seen a question about did you have a drink before you went on the plane turn into a conversation about anti-Semitism. What are we doing?
Right?
What is going on?
Deflecting.
Why are we like I was like, and then I'm like thinking about it. I was like, okay, so she acts. Look, Brittany is not the sharpest tool in the shed. We all know this. That girl can't so
She's
barely can rub
gone.
two, rarely can rub two bricks together in her head. Okay, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Lady's not.
No,
I wouldn't categorize her as a bigot.
but
I would
still.
categorize her as ignorant. She is incredibly ignorant. She
Right.
says things without
Yeah.
thinking. But to say someone is a bigot and
Yeah.
supports anti-Semitism and supports all these different things, give me some concrete proof. I need it.
Right.
I can't go
Yeah.
off the words
And
of somebody mixing Ambien and
right.
alcohol.
And Meredith, like Meredith pretty much, I mean, to me, kind of like set her up because Meredith is like, this is my nail person.
Yeah.
So she introduced Brittany this horrible, vile man now. So, like, like how far back does this story go to where he said something anti-Jewish? And how far back does this story go that Meredith gave Brittany the contact information? It just seems a little weird to me, you know, because Meredith knows that Brittany's, you know, not too bright. And I could see her setting her up.
I just it was the and then Meredith started crying and was like, I had him in my home, Andy. I had him in my home. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, girl, answer the
Did you have the
question. Were
drink or
you drinking? That's
not?
it. That's all we want to know. We all know you had a drink. You had a couple cocktails. We can all
Yeah.
tell. You probably popped some sleeping pills. And the fact is also, we didn't mention this. All the ladies said they were on her side. That's the
Mhm.
other thing. They
Yeah.
said, Meredith, we were on your side. We understood why you were insane. It
Yeah.
was the behavior and the fact that you didn't stop is where they all were like,
It took
nah,
too far.
you lost it. Look,
Yep.
I hated the back end of the season, but learning more about it, I'm kind of glad that Whitney and Heather stayed on her ass.
Yeah. I'm kinda wondering how it's gonna go if they do a season 7.
Oh, they're
Like,
gonna, clearly gonna get a season 7. They're
I
clearly gonna get it.
mean, is it gonna be like Lisa and Meredith by themselves all the time and the rest of the girl? Because I mean, like, it's gonna be a weird dynamic, I think.
Oh, it's gonna be incredibly strange. I think that
Could be interesting.
yeah, it's this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be
Yeah,
nuts. But we did get a preview for part 3. We are gonna learn a lot more about Todd and
Autumn
Bronwyn and them
Bromwell,
not being, yeah. Oh, by the way, do we also mention that Lisa is behind the Conwyn stuff, like saying that Bronwyn's a con woman, and I'm like, why are we just like skipping past certain things?
right?
Yeah,
Well, maybe
like
they get to that in the 3rd part. We don't know. We haven't seen the 3rd part yet.
yeah, we haven't. There's so much happening. There was also an announcement. I think did I touch on it last week that they are filming another Real Housewives Ultimate Girls trip. This time it's a road trip, and it's
Oh,
for the 20th anniversary of Housewives. And Nene
okay.
Leakes is going to be coming back.
Okay.
So it's great for me. I love me
Yeah.
some Nene. I will quote Nene Leakes to the end. I always quote, she was so nasty and so rude. So nasty and so rude. Like that woman is hilarious. We're about to get some crazy stuff. Um, let's do a quick traders recap.
Oh, you know what? That's the one thing I was not able to get caught up on because for some reason Peacock started screwing with me today and kept pausing. I was like, dang it. Because you weren't caught up and now you're caught up and now I'm not caught
Mm-hmm.
up. So
Yeah. Man, I don't want to tell you who gets banished. Then I
yeah,
don't want to tell
don't
you who gets
here.
banished.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and talk, I can't hear you.
Well, okay. So
Yeah.
who gets banished is Michael Rappaport. In a crazy banishment ceremony, just nuts. Christy, you can put him back on now.
Okay. I really did not want to hear.
No, no, I'm not gonna tell you who gets banished or who gets murdered. That's for everybody to watch. But I will say this: the cast is charmed by Rob. He
Oh,
is so
Snake
clearly a
Charmer.
traitor. It is very clear that that man is a traitor. I don't like when I tell you watching.
I
Like,
heard him and Mara are getting pretty tight.
well, yeah, the Love Islanders gotta stick together.
But
They really
but
do.
no, like I hear there's something more going on.
Nah, nah,
I wish.
nah. Yeah, Mora is amazing. Um, but when I tell you, just it was some masterful TV this
Yeah.
week. this
Oh,
week.
I can't wait to watch it then. I love Rob. I love his personality. I think he's a trip. Even when he's not trying to be funny, like he is just funny because y- he's what, from Alabama?
Yep. Hmm.
And and he's a snake wrangler, and well, not just snakes, but he gets all kinds of different like reptiles and rodents and varmint and stuff. He does that like as a living. So yeah, he's funny when he doesn't try to be like, and I hope he took the overalls with him because I haven't seen them yet, and I really, really want to see him in them.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Who do you think is the next traitor that's going to be revealed? I have a theory about who
Oh, like
the
who
next
they're gonna
traitor might
add
be.
as a traitor? Like,
Hmm.
because now that the fourth one that was secret is gone, are they gonna bring in another secret one, or are they just bringing in another one?
Just another one,
Okay.
because they can't all be faithfuls.
No, and they always do switch it up midway through the season and add more. I would love it if Michael Rappaport was made a traitor. I think it'd be hilarious because he's been so like, I'm the most faithful. So like seeing him as a traitor would be hilarious. Um, or oh, who's the comedian guy?
Ron Funches.
Yes, or him.
I don't know. Ron's too innocent to be. I love Ron. I love
Exactly.
Ron. Ron is one of my favorite comedians. Let me tell you right now. There is a clip of him in New Girl, and he is singing "Father Figure" by George Michael. He all he has on is white underwear and an overcoat. And he's supposed to be a homeless man, and it is one of the funniest
Oh,
things I've ever seen in my life. And he's just singing in front of them, "Father Figure," and the way
that's
he's singing it is hilarious. No, he's a sweet angel baby. I think if they were smart, I'm gonna tell you who they should make a traitor. And when
hilarious.
I tell you, it would be amazing if he was a traitor. Eric Nam. If
Oh,
Eric
okay.
Nam was a traitor, whoo, it would be amazing. I don't think they'll do
Alright.
that. I think they might make Colton a traitor because he's just so
Mhm.
annoying, and that just seems typical. I want Colton off my screen. I told you this a while ago. I don't like that man.
Yeah, so let's
I don't
get
like
him
him at
voted.
all.
Let's get him murdered. I mean, like,
Yeah.
he hasn't done anything worth it, so he would be a good one to murder because 'cause they'd be like, "Well, why'd they murder him? He hasn't done anything. He hasn't caused a stir." So
Every
maybe
3
a
seconds.
murder.
Every 3 seconds he mentions that he's gay. I know you're gay, Colton. You don't have to tell me. I know. And then there's a scene from this week's Management in which somebody mentions how they had to hide themselves. And they had to hide who they were. And he just
Oh,
goes,
jeez.
"Well, I would know something about that. I hid in the closet for 29 years." And it's like, "Boy, we know you're gay. We do not
Right?
have to tell me that you're gay. I knew you were gay the moment you stepped on my screen 10 years ago. You didn't have to tell me."
Oh, so Love Is Blind Germany.
Yes.
I've been having a hard time watching the, reunion, but did you watch it?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Let's
Um,
well, actually, let's go to our current internet obsessions because that's one of them for you.
okay. Alright, yes. So, Love Is Blind Germany, I was watching the reunion, and I told you I was kinda, like, shocked. I Some of the marriages shocked me, some of them didn't. One of the couples didn't even get to the altar, which that one upset me because I thought they were super cute. He's gay. He actually said during the reunion, him and her are still great friends, and they hang out all the time, so they're like besties, but, because they obviously had a connection. It's just he didn't feel the flutters about her that he does for guys. So, like, yeah, I was so excited, and
Nick
he came out on TV, and so, like, everybody knew.
Nick from this past season from Love Is Blind gender could take a few pointers. That man was deep in
Right?
the closet as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah,
Talking about
just
my
admit
mom
it.
thought I was gay. I was just depressed. No, you're gay. gay. You're gay. There's a clip from this
Maybe
movie
you
called
wouldn't be
Happy.
surprised if you
Have you ever seen this clip? It's from this movie called Happy Death Day. And it's this girl. It's about this girl who dies on her birthday, and she keeps reliving. And so she's dating this
yeah,
guy, and she looks at him, and because like she keeps repeating the day over, and he comes up to her, and she's like, "You're gay." And every time I see a man that I know is gay, that's what I just think
right.
of. I'm like, "You're gay," and that's what I thought about
There's
Colton
nothing
like 10 years
wrong.
ago. It's not. Look,
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm an ally. I'm an ally. Be who you want. Be who you are for your pride. Like that lady saying. Just don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Cause I know you're gay. I know. I know. So let's get back to my current. So Love is Blind Germany. You finished the
Yes,
season. Um, you know how you told me to start it? I did not. I in fact did not do that.
I know.
I in
You
fact
probably
did
didn't
something
start
more
Traitors yet.
insane. No, I did. I did. I
Okay.
in fact did something more insane.
Yeah.
I started watching another K drama.
Oh God.
Let me tell you right now, Christy. I spent 4 days watching this show, and I
Oh
was
no.
like, I was hooked. First of all, the drama is called The Lovely Runner.
Okay.
It was through Rakuten. Do you know like the shopping platform
Rakuten.
Rakuten?
Yeah.
Rakuten, yeah. So they
Yeah.
have like a streaming platform too. So it's
Oh,
through that.
of course.
When I tell you this show had me cringing, it had me crying, it had me laughing. It was one of the most hilarious shows I've ever seen, and I
What's it
was on
called
the
again?
edge of my seat. It's called Lovely Runner.
Lovely Runner. Okay.
Yep.
Writing it.
It is truly, truly, I was like, I'm not gonna wanna like this show. Like, I'm already watching one. It's called Idle
Right.
Eye. It's on Netflix. I'm like, oh, I'm already watching one. I don't even remember how I stumbled on it, but it was by accident. And I'm
It
watching
usually is.
this, and like from the first episode, I'm like, this show is insane. And then it gets deeper and deeper, and I'm like, yo, I need to watch every single moment of this episode. I am obsessed. I need to watch everything that all these actors have been like. It was so good. And then the fact that I missed on it was 2 years ago that the show came out, and I'm like, I missed it.
Slacker.
I missed it. It's so good. Please watch. Everybody,
So is it
please
over?
watch. Yeah, it's so like I told you, like I think I told somebody else. I told somebody else last week. K dramas are like they're like 12 to 16 episodes, but the episodes are an
Okay.
hour and a half. So it's like a
Right.
30 episode season in 16 episodes, and you get so much content. Like when you think the episode is over and you're like, "Oh, that's the end." It's like, "Nope, nope, you got 20 more minutes." It was so good. It
Yeah.
was so good.
But there's no more
Please. It was
seasons of it.
No, I think they like with the way it ends, it ends
Mhm.
on a happy note to where like they don't need to have any more seasons. It's worth it only
Okay.
being one season. Like it's
Alright. So
very
it's not
good.
like Schitt's Creek where it's like, "No, I don't want it to end."
No, I was like that. I was like that. I was like, I really don't want this to end. I was like, how? I was like,
Mhm.
this should have been multiple seasons. We should have been able to. But like, I think, I think they should
Have to
bring it
check it
back.
out.
I think they should. It's great. It's great. It's
Yeah.
called The Lovely Runner.
Mm.
Please
Alright.
watch it. It's so great.
I wrote it down.
But
I wrote it down. Yeah,
last but
holy
not
cow.
least, we really have. But last but not least, Christy, I told you, I'm gonna get you together.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yay! What are we saying today?
Okay. What does this mean? If somebody does this where they tap their two
It's
fingers
a tiny
together.
clap. Tiny clap.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Oh
That is
yeah, because
exactly
this
what
is
it
the
is.
tiniest violin playing the
Lynn.
saddest
Yep.
song for you.
Also, if somebody does this, that means it's a finger heart. Um, that means they're
What
sending
are
you a
you
heart.
doing? Oh,
So,
okay.
yep, sending you a heart.
Okay.
It's like that. It's like that. Yep. Yep. Almost. Almost. You almost got it. It's but yes,
Okay.
this comes from ballroom. It does not mean clock it. If somebody does this and like clock it, no, no, no. That's not what that is.
Anytime.
It's applause. This is applause.
So I have seen, and I like Love Island and, some of the
And
other
they're like
shows
this,
where they do
clock
the
it.
reunions. Yeah, clap, 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 clap,
Yep.
clap, clap.
So
So,
two
see,
fingers.
I guess I'm not as old with the lingo, speech, whatever, as we thought I was. We got to dig deeper into this.
We're gonna dig deeper into this. But Christy,
All
we have
right.
gone so long.
So far over.
So
I'm
long.
surprised the guys aren't in here yelling.
I'm surprised too.
We need
Next week,
StreamYard.
like please give us StreamYard next week. We're probably gonna be able to give you a Super Bowl preview. There's gonna be so much to talk about. We're gonna have the last episode of the season of Real Housewives. Christy's gonna get caught up. I'm gonna get caught up. Um, but guys, yeah, that's the end of our episode. Please, I'm begging you, like, follow, and subscribe. Inside Edge Network on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Also, please like, follow, and subscribe us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Please, please.
Yes.
We are all updated. We are all caught up. You can listen to our past episodes. We have about 17 episodes. That's nuts for a podcast.
Yay.
But we are doing such big things. We are doing such big things. So please, please, please support us if you want to see more from us. Please let us do this. But yes, please
Yeah.
like, follow, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Do it.
Please.
Do it now.
See you next
We
week.
love you. We're gonna see you next week. We've been your Jersey Chasers. Peace.